So this is my paper prototype of the game. This is the game board. This represents the storyline. We have the dice to progress gameplay. We have the game piece, which represents our main character. We have action and consequence cards. And we have our meters over here, which I'm going to be keeping track of as my husband plays the game. Because I actually find it better to watch somebody else play the game than having me play the game, especially when I'm trying to record. So we have the action and consequence cards here. Some action cards require consequence cards, some of them don't. And the object of the game is to get to the end and at least have one nickel in each category. So let's start the game. He rolled a 3 and he landed on an action place, so he draws an action card. Don't get enough exercise, lose an activity nickel, no consequence card. So he automatically loses a nickel and he doesn't get the chance to get away with it because the consequence cards are got away with it and got caught. Roll again. 3. Landed on an action space. Run around the house at night. If you get caught, lose an activity nickel. You got away with it, so he does not lose a nickel this time. There are chances to gain nickels back on the board. Owner brings home a treat, which is here and other multiple places on the board. Allows you to put a nickel back in the meters over here.
Climbing a tree.
Climb the Christmas tree, and you got caught. So that was just a space, not a card. But you climbed the Christmas tree, a special time of year, and you got caught, so you would lose a happiness nickel for that one. Rolled a 6. Drew an action card, sneak a bite of food a la garbage. If you get caught, lose a happiness nickel. Consequence card, got away with it. If you get caught 3 consecutive times in a row, then you lose a nickel in all of the other meters as well. So if you lose a health nickel on your 3rd turn, and you lost 2 nickels in the previous 2 turns, then you also lose happiness, activity, contentedness, and love. Another action space. Play with a pet fish. Lose a happiness nickel if caught. Consequence card, you got away with it. Rolled a 6. Action. There are a lot more action places on the game board itself because the cards are one of the main parts of the gameplay. There are other places on the board as well, but I felt that the action parts were the most important. So, action card says, don't get enough attention from owner, lose a love nickel, no consequence card. Rolling again, rolled a 5, another action space. Sharpen claws on couch, lose a happiness nickel if you get caught. I just rewrote that card, I forgot to write that, and you got caught on that one. So you lose a happiness nickel.
It's 2 in a row, right?
2 in a row, yeah. Okay, so in the storyline, there are certain spaces like have a baby. It's kind of like the game of life where, you know, certain events happen before others, except there's no stop spaces on my board. So the baby has now become a child because the baby was had on the earlier part of the game, and the child is now sad, so you have to roll a 3 or higher to keep the child happy and to not lose a contentedness.
Yes!
And he rolled a 5, so you're good.
I love this game.
4. Action card. Sneak a bite off of owner's plate, lose a happiness nickel if caught. Getting low on the happiness nickels. You gotta get a consequence card. You got caught. You just didn't want to get caught. Two. You gotta draw an action. Sneak a drink out of the toilet. Lose a content nickel if caught. You got caught. So you lost the content nickel there.
Ooh.
Child goes off to school. Lose a love piece.
That's my third in a row.
That's your third in a row. So he loses all of these. Alright, roll again. Don't think you're going to win this one.
Yeah, it's getting close though.
Well, no, there's two more owner brings home treats, so there's a chance. You get both of those too. You got one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, happiness or love?
Happiness.
Okay. Knock over a vase, lose an activity nickel if caught. Got caught. The consequence cards are 50-50. I made them half caught, half got away with it. So you got to the end of the game, but you're missing your love and activity level. So that means you lose, which I think is actually the first game you've lost out of all the ones that we played. So the game can be lost. The game can definitely be won. And there is options to gain back nickels. So I think figuring out how the meters interact with each other is probably going to be the most important part. I'm thinking about it more like The Sims, I guess, as far as all meters interacting with each other and affecting all other meters. And but yeah, I think overall it's pretty successful paper prototype for the most part, considering this first paper prototype. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.